More 8s racing now off the start. This is schoolboy 8s in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup on the left-hand side of your picture, Radley College, and on the right-hand side of your picture on the Buckinghamshire Station, Latymer Upper School. And two schools that we see, you know, knocking heads quite a lot here, Greg, who will have faced each other a lot this season.
Yeah, consistent performers on the school stage, and you can see Latymer there in front of us, just pushed away from the island a little bit. But let's recognise there is going to be some wind that's going to hit them just now, although I think it's calming down. It definitely looks better. The flags are going less than they were earlier. But that little lovely straight line that you saw from Radley on the left of the picture, I think is just putting them in this position where they're just starting to edge their way away. But there's still, like you say, it's plenty of breeze up there. There's plenty of work to do, and Latymer really needs to try and hang in here, I think.
Yeah, and I know certainly lots of Latymer supporters here at Henley Royal Regatta today. They had an alumni event just earlier on today in the tea break, so they'll have all made their way to the banks. We'll look forward to seeing them cheering their crew later on today. But it looks like they've got a tough challenge ahead, Greg, as Radley College in the live pictures continue to move out into the lead.
Yeah, if you were in the Radley boat, you'd want to just keep this moving away, because you get this sort of tricky time where you think, we're probably going to win this race. Are we now going to command the race? Are we going to keep the stroke rate up nice and high, open up clear water, and then be able to back off? Or are some people starting to think differently to other people, and it starts to just become a little disjointed? You can see from this picture, there's a nice lead here. I reckon that's probably a length, maybe 2 lengths of clear water. And as it is, Radley just want to keep the pressure on here, get this race done rather than let it carry on for too much longer.
Yeah, a little look back there from the cox seat for Nikita Jacobs from Radley College. She's just looking back over the right-hand shoulder, and they're looking very intentional with their blade placement here, Greg. You know, it's very much like everyone squares an in at the same time, which into a headwind. Some great coaching going on in this Radley crew.
Yeah, you're right. They're leaving that squaring up quite late. And as you say, Nikita Jacobs in the coxing seat. She says a highlight was being selected for the first day only 1 week before Henley. So let's hope she's got the respect of the crew. Let's hope she's able to control the crew and make sure she keeps them moving, and they do respond to her calls and actually control this race, respond in the way she wants. You can see she's having a decent look around over her shoulder. So she knows what's going on. It looks like they're going with her.
Yeah, and a really sort of important person within this crew, because it's actually changed quite a lot since the National Schools Regatta back in May. They've brought in other people into that Radley crew, so great to see them bringing that together today. We're now looking at the crew from Latymer Upper School, the school that trains out of that piece of water on the championship course for the boat race, the Tideway. If you're not familiar, down in London, they're placed about halfway along that boat race course, aren't they, Greg?
Yeah, positioned near Hammersmith Bridge, Latymer School, yeah, they would be ready to handle any kind of conditions. We're looking at them here, and I guess, as you say, when you look at the Radley boat, you know, the blade work is just really nicely together. It generally does look better when you're out in front. You've got a nice lead. But we can see them here just squaring up together. You see everything just moving smoothly. It doesn't look like there's an awful lot of waste of energy here. Everyone's coming around their riggers quite nicely, and yeah, just a good view. Looking back at your opposition, you see the face here, and as I say, you just see them coming around the riggers. Not too much excess movement, not too much excess energy being used. A nice deliberate placement, and they're in the water and just keep moving it along.
Yeah, they keep moving it along, and as I've said before, I'm really impressed that this crew has sort of switched up in the last couple of months, something you don't usually see from consistent schoolboy 8s. They usually train their 8 the whole way through the season, between the school's head onto the National Schools Regatta and then onto Henley Royal Regatta, and all of those switches, they've just come together so beautifully. They've got, you know, 2 new members of the crew on board from their second 8, J16 8, and also 2 of the crew that represented GB at the Munich International Regatta earlier this year. So lots of pedigree being brought into Radley to take on this Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, of which they've succeeded in, you know, so many years gone prior into later stages of the event.
Yeah, and for them, this will be the big one of the year. Try and get the chemistry right, try and get the combination right here at Henley. And I think what you can do in a regatta like this is you want to improve day by day. And having changed the crew as they have fairly late, it hopefully does give them the opportunity that they grow in confidence, they grow in learning. And so today will be a very good first step for them, and they'll see it as a step on a road which they hope is going to lead them on right through the week.
Well, the crowd certainly haven't gone to sleep here at the later part of the day at Henley Royal Regatta as we move through the stewards' enclosure in this Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. Radley College on your screen, just powering away. They got that lead and they held it over Latymer Upper School. And they're going to be riding high on enjoyment of these final few strokes here to see them through to another day of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. And a very well finessed finish there from them over the line as they will wait for Latymer Upper School to finish their Henley campaign. And there it is, Radley College beating Latymer Upper School in that the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup.